Hello, people. Today we will talk about John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States, serving from 1961 until his assassination in 1963. Known for his youthful energy, charisma, and inspiring speeches, Kennedy played a crucial role during the Cold War and is remembered for advancing civil rights, promoting space exploration, and handling international crises such as the Cuban Missile Crisis. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts, into a wealthy and politically influential family. He was the second of 9 children born to Joseph P. Kennedy, a prominent businessman and diplomat, and Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. His older brother, Joseph Jr., was initially groomed to become the family's political leader, but after his death during World War II, that role shifted to John, known as Jack. Kennedy attended prestigious schools, including the Choate School and later Harvard University, where he graduated in 1940 with a degree in international affairs. His senior thesis, which analyzed the British response to the rise of Nazi Germany, was published as a book titled Why England Slept. During World War II, Kennedy served in the U.S. Navy as a commander of a patrol torpedo boat PT-109 in the South Pacific. In 1943, his boat was rammed by a Japanese destroyer, and Kennedy led the survivors to safety, an act of heroism that earned him a Navy and Marine Corps medal. After the war, Kennedy entered politics. In 1946, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives from Massachusetts, serving 3 terms. In 1952, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, defeating the incumbent Republican. Kennedy married Jacqueline Bouvier in 1953, and the couple became a glamorous and admired figure in American politics. Kennedy's ambition led him to run for president in the 1960 election, where he faced Vice President Richard Nixon. Kennedy won over voters with his charm and poise. His televised debates with Nixon, particularly the first one, were pivotal in his victory. Kennedy narrowly won the election, becoming the youngest elected president at the age of 43. Kennedy's presidency is remembered for its optimism and forward-thinking vision, often referred to as Camelot, reflecting a sense of idealism and progress. In 1963, he proposed comprehensive civil rights legislation, which later became the Civil Rights Act of 1964 under his successor, Lyndon B. Johnson. Kennedy sent federal troops to enforce the desegregation of the University of Mississippi and supported the Freedom Riders and other civil rights movements. Kennedy's presidency was marked by significant Cold War tensions with the Soviet Union. In 1961, he approved the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, an attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro's communist government in Cuba, which damaged his foreign policy reputation. However, Kennedy's handling of the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 is considered one of his greatest achievements. After discovering that the Soviet Union had placed nuclear missiles in Cuba, Kennedy managed the crisis through diplomacy and a naval blockade, ultimately convincing the Soviets to remove the missiles. This event brought the world to the brink of nuclear war, but Kennedy's leadership helped avert disaster. Kennedy was a strong proponent of space exploration. In 1961, he set the ambitious goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the decade, which led to the development of the Apollo program. His famous speech to Congress in 1961 declared, "We choose to go to the moon." This commitment to space exploration symbolized American technological and scientific leadership during the Cold War. His administration also established the Peace Corps, which sent volunteers abroad to help with education, health, and development projects in developing nations. On November 22, 1963, while visiting Dallas, Texas, Kennedy was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald as his motorcade drove through the city. His death shocked the nation and the world, and it remains one of the most significant and debated events in American history. Oswald was arrested but was killed 2 days later by nightclub owner Jack Ruby, leaving many questions about the assassination unanswered and fueling numerous conspiracy theories. John F. Kennedy is remembered as one of the most beloved and admired U.S. presidents. His calls for civic responsibility, embodied in his famous inaugural address line, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," continue to inspire. His presidency set the tone for a new era of American politics, with a focus on youth, energy, and innovation. Kennedy's legacy endures through the lasting impact of his domestic and foreign policies, his promotion of civil rights, and the lasting symbol of his family as American royalty. His administration's commitment to space exploration culminated in the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, fulfilling his vision. The Kennedy family, including his brothers Robert and Edward, continued to play a prominent role in American politics for decades after his death. The John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum in Boston, Massachusetts, preserves his legacy and contributions to the nation. I ask you to like the video, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.